Hi, everybody. It's my Micah. There it is. Shane, no one heard you because that's good because I had the desktop audio off.
Oh, all right. Well, hello for the first time.
Been a while since I caught a stream. Hey, what's going on there, Ninja Lunchbox? All right, so we got some. Do you hear Shane? You should be able to hear Shane.
I don't know. Can you?
What's going on? Game Over Hell and GC Freak. What up, what up, what up? Alright, so everything's set. We can continue our Final Fantasy Renaissance playthrough. We're probably going to make this quite prompt, because I have to take an exam tomorrow. Another one. But we got this offensive powerhouse party going on. What do we got? What do we got? I can't remember why the Dark Knight has magic. Huh. Wait, what is Final Fantasy Renaissance? It's a, I wouldn't call it a remake, but it's kind of like it, or a ROM hack. But it's something someone made a version of the original Final Fantasy with additional spells and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So, like, they built it from the ground up in Unity. And added a bunch of new stuff. So, it's new magic. I forgot why the Dark Knight has magic. So, I'm looking that up here real quick. Hold on, let me kill this motherfucker. There's the summons. Blue magic. Time magic. We don't have to worry about that. Green magic, no. Oh, they can get magic. Ah. Have to go to black magic shops, apparently. How much gold I got? 88, okay. I definitely play it. The music brings back memories. Yeah, man. Like, I recommend this to anyone who likes the original Final Fantasy. Like, 100%. It fixes a lot of the issues the original had. And, it's the original game, just with new classes and stuff. I would call it easier if you know how to use the classes. I mean, the original is, like, difficult just because, well, it's not written correctly. Slot gold. Okay, so I gotta go get magic. I did not know I needed to go get magic. Oh, yeah, I like this. I don't need that. Alright, let's go. Favorite party to use in the original vanilla Final Fantasy 1 on NES. What's going on, Tidbit Retro? Favorite party? I'm gonna be, like, completely bland and boring. I'm just gonna say warrior, monk, white mage, black mage. But over time, I've learned to not care about the black mage. You're just, like, kind of better off having 2 warriors. A party of 4 warriors, actually, is broken as hell in the original one. How am I doing? I am tired. Which is why it's going to be prompt. I have to take an exam tomorrow. Taking my Series 63. Which is the only test that requires a 62%.
You would have thought that they would have just required a 63% to be consistent.
I'm sorry, it's 72%. Most of the time it's 70. So tomorrow it's 72. Yeah. Okay. So got that. So apparently I do have a mage. So, like, I've been doing practice tests with it. I'm getting, like, mid to high 80s. Usually because I read it wrong. I was gonna say I played the original Final Fantasy Times once. I did a 4X Warrior and it was fun. Yeah, like, that's the weird thing. Like, the game kind of says, hey, be balanced. Play this game in a balanced manner. And then doing that actually makes the games harder. Farming enemies and Lament of Innocence to reveal their drops. Oh, you're really digging it then. I can't do that. I can't farm enemies. I think the only time I do that is with Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and that's just so I can get the Chrysogrim, and that can take forever.
So like with a 4X warrior party, like are you just chugging potions or some shit? Like how do you?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, you also there's also like a light hammer, I think. God, I should know this, but you get a hammer and a heal helm that when you use it heals the entire party.
Oh, okay.
So you don't even take that much damage. So you don't really have to worry about healing all that much. But yeah, you're buying a ton of potions. And you also get like a cure ability. I think you can get cure. I don't think you can get heal though.
Yeah, that seems pretty broken.
Yeah. Symphony of the Night is great, but it's definitely not my favorite Iga game. I don't think it's the best. I think it's the most important. I don't think it's the best either.
Is my how do I phrase this? The first half of Symphony of the Night is a fantastic Castlevania game.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Oof. That was an interesting spell. I hate how touchy the D-pad is in this game. It's not just a controller thing. It's apparently it's just a problem with the code. Change the controller and it's just as touchy. There's going to be a new version coming out here soon. They're going to be adding some more classes. I don't know how balanced it's going to be. Warrior has now the most amount of hit points. I think I liked Lament of Innocence less than I do now. Back then, because I was too hung on it not being designed like the other games. I mean, it's fun. It's not great, but it's a fun little game. I think it's better than Castlevania 64. I know Shane's not happy if I say that, but
I mean, you know, it's fine. Not everybody can recognize greatness.
Lament's fine. I want to play Curse of Darkness, because that's the one that everyone is supposed to love so much. Like, that's supposed to be the really good one, but over time, like, it's kind of just faded. They should add a Chuck Norris class for funsies. Ha! Well, the game would end as soon as you would start it, would be a point. Alright, let's go. I like Legacy of Darkness way more. I haven't played Legacy of Darkness. I've heard nothing but good things. I think Shane would like Legacy of Darkness.
With the PS2 one?
That's N64.
Yeah, I actually need to play it. I have a bias for Castlevania 64 just because that's the one I had, and I've heard that Legacy is basically just the better version of that,
Yeah.
but never actually given it a chance. I probably should at some point.
I think it comes with the original game, too. If I'm not mistaken. Hey, Keaton. That's a reminder. If you want to vote in our high score challenge, it's available right now over in our Discord. So go check that out. More money stuff. Blech. Where am I at in their armor? Legacy is the original, but more complete and better camera.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it takes... I'm kind of talking out of my ass. I've only seen some of it, but I feel like it takes a slightly different, like, route, doesn't it? Like, it plays a little bit differently.
Yeah. Yes, Kine. We have Kine in here.
Pain.
So I have the wooden shield. Okay, so I gotta replace some things. So let's get him. Yes. Chris. So. Yes. Bye. Yes.
Aw. Well, that's an opinion, Lunchbox.
I even pronounced it Kine just for you. Thank you. Meowdy, love today's topic, and I always enjoy a good fan conspiracy theory for games. I should have gotten some tinfoil. Let's make this fun. More on today's stream. Alright. And have to get him a wooden cap. Yeah, it's Kime Drakengard dressed as a dragoon. There it is. Alright. So his name tonight is not Shane, it's Shine. Make it more Irish. Doesn't need to get rid of anything. Cool. He's currently pissed his name was spelled incorrectly, which fuels his damage. Okay. I think I just need to get... Yeah, get a copper. That's it there. How about weapons?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that one. I think we both have. I assumed that was kind of pseudo canon. I didn't even think about that as part of the conspiracies, or theories rather.
What about Gygus from Earthbound's being a fetus? I heard about that. Oh, you're talking about the Earthbound theory there?
Yeah.
Ah. Yeah, who knows? So obviously those are too much. Saber 13. I don't think that's silver. Yeah, that's all way too much. I don't need that now. Even though Konami have been good about the Castlevania collections, I can't see them packaging the N64 games. They just had a Nintendo put them on the Switch Online. I think those are like dead to Konami, if I'm being honest. I don't think they want to talk about them. Gigu from the first... Like, isn't the intro music for Gygus in Earthbound, isn't that like a play on the music from the original Earthbound? Like Earthbound Zero or Mother? The same character. Yeah. Should play Earthbound Zero sometime. get a bunch of cure potions. So I'm going to be grinding for gold a little bit, but also for experience. So I think I like to be at level 8 before I head into that cave. I might not need to be at that high of a level just because I do have a very offensive heavy party. I need gold so I can get antidotes and potions. Die, die, die. Is Stiffy pulling his weight for the party? Not quite yet. Not quite yet, if I'm being honest. The Evoker kind of needs other magic party members, I think, in order to excel. What is the next spell that he can learn? Golem. It's in the Dwarves' Cave. Okay, so there's one in the castle. There's a new spell in the castle. Hey, what's going on, Demon? Nice seeing you. Let me go buy some cure potions first time I need them. I am at work? That sucks. Congratulations on your interview. Hopefully it's a better job than where you're at right now. Having a break. Good. You should always have breaks. More money, that's good. Do y'all have to move? Hopefully. Yeah. I'm still trying to get any interviews. Like, people do not want to interview nowadays. It's, like, so terrible. At least the way they tell you you're supposed to apply. It's just... My arms get really tired. Nova. Always a classic. Always a classic. That's bullshit, the applications. Yeah. I actually have to sit down and look at my federal resume and start building that. Because it's different than a regular resume. It's like... everything's so goofy. You get lost in the application soup. Yeah. I guess you just kind of hope they see you. At some point it just becomes, I wonder who is getting the jobs.
Oh, well, that's the fun thing. There are a lot of jobs that get posted that don't actually exist.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You can always sling mail like I do. Actually, I looked at USPS and they had a job that I wanted on there. And make them... Okay. Want custom cover levers and CVs for everything, yet realistically find a job, you need to do hundreds of applications. Yeah, pretty much. Like, I went to go put in an application for USPS because they had something in Orange, like where I live. And they're like, oh, you need your DD214 in order to apply. I'm like, well, I don't have that yet. South Park. I know what it was, but...
Make them lame and gay.
Yeah, put a chick in it and make it gay. They took our gerbs. We're moving... Yeah, sorry, but we're moving forward with other candidates. Always.
Yeah, so, Demon, the fun thing about that, by the way, so it is technically legal for them to do, to just post jobs, because there's no way to prove that it doesn't really exist. And the reason they do this is because evidently they get monetary benefits for being in a state of hiring. It's like a tax break or some shit. So corporations do that basically to exploit that as a loophole, so that they look like they're just always hiring, and so they're getting kickbacks for that, but they're never actually hiring anybody. It's good times.
You don't have your DD214 yet? I mean, I don't get out until December, officially, the end of December, and the VA is still reviewing my my medical history to see if I qualify, to see what my rating is too. So, hey, what's going on, DJ Stormageddon? What's going on, man? How are you doing tonight? Good to see you here. And it's a good time to shout out some of our friends. One, we have Game Over Hell here. Go check out Game Over Hell, the YouTube channel. And also go check out DJ Stormageddon right there in the chat. Go check out their podcasts with fun, quotation marks, fun, and games podcast, and also the Reignite podcast. It's a great show. Started Lament of Innocence, and it turns I'd never played it. I remember you saying that I'm getting phone calls. All right, see you later, Demon. Have a good one. Confused it with Curse of Darkness. Yeah, we were talking about the ones... That's the one I haven't played. I've played Lament, but I have not played Curse of Darkness. I'm kind of enjoying my time with it. And if anyone's wondering what I'm doing right now and why I'm not advancing the plot, is because I do not like the next dungeon, in my opinion, is probably the worst dungeon in this damn game. Controls well. The opening cutscene took forever, but the gameplay was pretty tight. I agree. Yeah, it does. Right now, my biggest problem with Lament of Innocence, and we're talking about the review crew game of the month right now. My biggest problem right now with Lament of Innocence is that I was in the first area, the House of the Artwork, whatever, and like I'm there for 45 minutes, and it's the same song, which is a great song. Michiru Yamane, I think I'm probably getting the name wrong, but her soundtrack there is just really good, but like with no variety. Like it gets to the point where like, please just shut up. I'm done with it. Good evening, friends and fellow nerds. Chris, your beard is looking stellar. Thank you. Appreciate it. Nomad, who is from the Retro Wildlands podcast. Good to see you here. Am I the only one that enjoys Lord of Shadow?
No, I liked the first one.
It's fine.
Yeah. I think it would have been better if it wasn't called Castlevania. I think people would have had a better take on it.
Yeah,
I think that brings some baggage, but I liked the first one.
I agree. I think it created kind of a false expectation. Yeah, I also wish that. I mean, I don't know what I want for Castlevania.
I forgot about that, actually. Yeah, the 2D one was actually good, too.
Was it?
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay. Because I heard nothing but bad things. That's the one for the 3DS, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because a lot of people were like, it was very bland, very vanilla.
I mean, I don't know. I recall enjoying my time with it. I played through to completion, so.
The sequel was Dog Water?
Yeah, the sequel one's bad.
Yeah. The worst Castlevanias are still fun. I just didn't know why they were trying to reinvent it. I mean, I kind of understand why. It's just, I don't know. What's the next? It's called the Marsh Cave. I should probably get that up on a map. See what level I am really quick. Konami Wanted didn't sound like Igarashi was the one pushing it. No, Igarashi wasn't even part of it. I remember it was Kojima. And I think that's the best. It was the best-selling game in the Castlevania franchise, if I'm not mistaken.
Lords of Shadow?
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Guess some people are trying to change the online reviews about Silent Hill 2 Remake to the point where the wiki had to be semi-private because I guess they couldn't understand maybe people might like the remake. Yeah, like... Okay.
I mean, everything I've heard about it is that it was actually
good.
Really well done.
Yeah. Oh no, like... It's possible people were overreacting on the internet. I know, it's hard to believe, but,
What?
I know. We were semi-responsible for some of that here. But, hey, it came out. Turns out that Bloober team, I don't know. Turns out they did a decent enough job after a lot of the concerns. And, you know, good for them. I was trying to convince myself to work on a picture of the weekend, but it's like my body refuses to work on weekends. I kind of had that feeling this weekend, too. Like, I didn't want to wake up. Like, I was just sitting in, like, I was just, like, laying down. It was like, I don't want to do anything today. Like, at all. And my body was like, nah, you should probably wake up. It's just kind of laid down for, like, an hour and a half. I'm like, I don't want to do anything. I saw that. Congratulations. Did you enjoy it? Yeah, really liked it. Okay, cool. Not an all-timer. I've heard that Echoes of Wisdom has sold incredibly well. It also doesn't help that a character I really don't want to draw at all, but I can't refuse. Patreon request. Yeah, feel it. I got that feeling. Okay, so don't buy it. Buy what? I went out with my pal for his bachelor party 3 days ago. My body is still recovering.
I feel that. Dude, we went to a wedding this weekend, and you know, in the past we'd be like, yeah man, let's live it up. It's an open bar, like, you know, you'd be dancing all night, like good times. And this time around we were like, okay, so we got our free dinner and we got like a drink or two, and it's about 10 o'clock. Are you good to go home? They're like, yeah, let's dip the fuck out of here. And so we left.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, ain't nobody got time for that. I'm gonna go back to the hotel room and go to sleep. Really? Because I actually heard it was disappointing, Lunchbox.
Who stays up past 9 p.m.? I don't like to stay up past 9 p.m., but it seems like everyone else in my life does. So. Sonic Superstars was such a disappointment. I was so excited to play it. I can't even remember which one that was. And just going back to your thing there, Game Over Hell. Yeah, I have quite a few games. I mean, I have an entire bookshelf of games I haven't gotten to. But just this year too, to close it out, like East 10 comes out this month. Metaphor comes out in a few days. Yeah, there's just so much going on this year, and I don't have any time to keep up with any of it. The newest one that was a side scroller. See, I keep on thinking like the Sonic Origins was the last one that they put out with all the improvements. I'm so far behind. Here I am still trying to just finish through Jedi Survivor.
I mean, I'm stoked for it. Actually, this, you know, all things considered in the world of video games, is actually a good week or two for me here. I got apparently a solid Silent Hill 2 remake, and the Vessel of Hatred expansion drops this Tuesday for Diablo 4, and all of the like pre-release reviews are saying that it's like fantastic, which I was not expecting. So I'm pretty stoked, actually.
I'm also gonna need a cabin here. A lot of games on my Switch I bought and didn't start. I have too many, man. I think that's like, I have really down throttled on the amount of games that I bought. Not just because like I'm going to need to start saving money, but just because I kind of look around and be like, I'm not playing shit. So if I'm not playing games, like why do I keep buying them? When I don't necessarily need to be, it's probably not good for me.
Because they're shiny and new.
I know, right? I have FOMO. I can be like, I'm like all of you, and I bought it. And it's always like, too, like, I'll get a game, and I'll have people be like, hey, let me know how it is. And I'm like, I'm probably... And I know I want to play it, but then it's like, I know I'm never going to get to it. I can't even remember some of the games in the order I bought them, and that's, like, not good. I'm not going to review them all. I have to make very short reviews to keep up. Yeah. I had to dial back my game purchases too, to a point where I'm buying games from multiple consoles because they're on sale. Yeah. Sales are like the ultimate demon. It's like, oh, it's $2. Might as well pick it up so when I finally have time to play it, I can play it. And then, like, you get time to play it, and you're like, oh, I don't want to play that one.
Yeah, Lunchbox, I heard it. I heard about that. I knew it was going to be co-op. It's kind of whatever. Like, if I'm able to do it, cool. If not, it's not a big deal. But yeah, apparently everything else is pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
So, looking forward to that. Yeah, you know, though, it's like, it's not even just sales at this point, man. It's and I know this is like a dumb fucking thing to complain about. Like, oh no, what do we do with all these games? But like, free games. Also free games. Like, you get free ones every month with PlayStation Plus. You get free ones every week if you're keeping up with like the Epic Store. You get free games constantly from the Amazon Game Store if you have Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's so I have so many games that I don't even know what they are. They're just like, oh, it's free. Oh, yeah, let me grab it. Like, I have no clue.
That also reminds me like the Humble Bundle days, the old days.
Yeah.
When you could get like 20 games for $10, or pay what you want or whatever. They were much more lax back then. So I remember I getting games like 20 games, not even knowing. Like I remember like the Ukraine bundle 2 years ago. I don't even know everything I bought. I don't even think I downloaded everything. It's like, oh, you have all these games. I'm like, cool. I've heard of this. This sounds cool. This sounds awesome. I can't wait to play it. I'm like, yeah, I've played it. Yeah. There's a damn good Mario Kart on Steam, but the characters are all from indie games. I think it's called Indie Kart. I haven't heard of it. Which indie games? That's such like a broad term nowadays. Yeah, level up. I think it might be time to start marching on over to the Marsh Cave. My money's good anyway. So I can buy some more. I have to have 250 gold because I do want to get a house so I can save the game. I'm going to want 2. So I can save the game on the way out too. A fucking 3DS backlog as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I mean, as soon as the 3DS store shut down, I homebrewed that bitch, and so technically my backlog is literally every
Infinite?
game ever.
Yeah. Alright, my heels are starting to look pretty good. Yar. Yar always. Yar forever.
That's right. Hey, listen, man. If they're gonna purposefully make it so I can't, like, legitimately buy your shit, then all bets are off.
Yeah. I mean, Nintendo doesn't feel that way. They're, like, copyright striking people, but, you know, Astrobot looks so damn good. I wish I had a PlayStation 5. That game makes me want to have a PlayStation 5. I have what I have, and I'm happy with it. But, man, I wish I had a PlayStation 5 for that game. But, yeah, I mean, to Shane's point, I mean, when a company tells you, hey, we do not want to take your money for these games anymore, why is it unethical to go and get them for free? Like, they're literally telling you they don't want your money. And it's not like you want to play them on another environment, like another platform. So, Super IndyCart featuring ToeJam and Earl, Tesla Grad, Mutant Muds, Duck Game, and others.
Why is ToeJam and Earl in there?
Yeah, that's a weird one. Is that official? I probably bought whatever came. It's because of Nintendo. Yeah. But it's like, yeah, I don't get a lot of decisions. Like,
Speaking of karting games, by the way, that Bloodborne kart that person did, which is now not called Bloodborne kart because of, you know, legal reasons. I want to say I think that's on Steam now, and apparently it's actually really good.
That's awesome. I mean, it's only a matter of time before the kart genre gets cracked because Mario's held onto it for so long. And when you think about it, they haven't updated it in almost 10 years.
Yeah.
So, like, the best karting game has still been active for, like, 10 years, and no one's really updated it, which kind of sucks. Alright, I'm gonna get... It's been past 10 years since the original 8. Has it been? What was the release date of Mario Kart 8? I don't think it's been 10 years. 2014 release. Oh my god.
Huh.
I'm done with Nintendo. I'm not interested in their games. They want to sue everyone. Yeah, stop suing people, Nintendo. You suck. And I'm a bit of a Nintendo apologist when it comes to that. To an extent. Like, I think if you're, hold on. One Marsh Cave map. Like, I think if you're pirating, like, a new game, I think that's kind of shitty. Because people did work on that. And then when that game doesn't sell well... Mario Kart 8 episode, I wish. It's so good. One of my favorite games ever. But, if, where was I? Oh, if, like, a game doesn't sell well... And I'm not saying, like, piracy makes that much of an impact. But if a game doesn't sell well, you're effectively... Like, it's like, oh, sticking it to the man. They're big corporations. They can afford it. And then it doesn't sell well, then they fire people for a game you pirated, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, how dare they fire their people? How did that happen? Like, if it's a new game, like, those sales have an impact. Now, if it's an old game, I could not give two shits less. Because of Wisdom looks boring. Zelda power isn't... Oh my god. No. I mean, hey, if you don't like it, you don't gotta play it, but I've heard it's pretty good. I've heard a lot of positive things about Echoes of Wisdom. I don't like their legal team, but they're still making games I like. That's all I care about. Yo, I mean, if we want to sit here and talk about, like, corporations that publish video games, I mean... You're going to find a flaw with every single one of them. It doesn't matter. Like, even your probably most beloved indie company probably has something they do that you don't like. Law Firm First, Yacht Club Games. I don't know. I'm sure there's something. I just don't... I'm not so preoccupied with the publisher's behavior. Like, if they do something incredibly terrible, like, you're going to hear about it. One way or another. It's like, it's going to bubble up. But, like, I don't spend my time trying to see, like, how ethical my video game publishers are on a regular. Like, it's not a priority. This is a luxury hobby. I guess that means either way you could do that. I'm sure if people had the ability to easily make bridges out of beds in real life, I'm sure everyone would do it. Sure. Heard Nintendo powers.
That reminds me, you're talking about companies that probably do bad things.
Yeah.
Did y'all see Jason Schreier's latest book he's put out?
No.
Called Play Nice. It's the rise, fall, and future of Blizzard Entertainment. I actually really want to read that.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the other thing. It's like once you get that reputation, it's really hard to shake it. Like, do I think that will it be on cell phone? That'd be great.
I mean, yeah, probably, yeah. I mean, I'm sure you could read it on a phone. I mean, you do have a phone, right?
Yeah. But, like, do I think that Blizzard is any worse than, like, Ubisoft? No. But I can tell you, like, Blizzard gets the reputation more than Ubisoft does. And Ubisoft has some terrible stuff. Like, how Ubisoft has avoided, like, the same, up until recently. And I say recently, it depends on what crowd you're even from. Ubisoft's soon to be about Tencent, yeah. But it's like... They should have gotten a lot more shit. Like, for some reason, they avoided the EA level of hatred. And some people were, like, going after them. But for the most part, like, they just kind of dodged it. And it just blows my mind. Because they were at, like, Bobby Kotick levels of, like, horrificness. And just everyone just kind of like, oh, yeah, that sucks. And moved on. But Activision, like... I'm not saying Activision shouldn't have gotten crapped on, but, like, Activision took the full blunt of it. should have. I should have gotten unicorn. I didn't get unicorn.
Yeah, I mean, but regardless of Schreier himself, I think the book is going to be interesting. I'd like to read it, see some more of that insider info that I'm sure you got about some of that stuff.
Oh, we're having a fun conversation in the chat.
Just thoughts about Schreier himself.
Yeah, I don't think he's not the most incredibly popular figure in the industry, that's for sure. I mean, he's pretty divisive. Some people like him, some people don't. But it's usually his reporting is rock solid. Like I see what you're putting in there and stuff like that, but I've seen that complaints about some journalist outlets, and sometimes I can understand why that's the case. But Schreier's reporting, whether you like him or not, whether you like his intentions, it's usually accurate. Like, very accurate. He does his job. He does his work. So, if you want to think that he's an activist and he's just covering issues that, you know, he did, like, for an agenda-based reason, I mean, I feel you. I understand where you're coming from. But it's not like anything he's saying has been proven to be inaccurate. What's wrong with being an activist, though? It's just a loaded term now. I think it's fatigue. I know we're kind of stepping in a minefield here, and we have some differing opinions here in the chat. And maybe I'm going to be a bit of a fence sitter here. Whatever, I'll be a bit of a fence sitter. But, I don't think, being an activist is inherently a bad thing. But I think when there's an environment that has been created where it seems like an entire industry is kind of fueled by an activist movement where people just don't want to deal with that on a day-to-day basis, I think that can create some resentment, and I think we're seeing that. Whether or not that perspective's correct or not, because of course the argument will be that, you know, people won't view it a certain way, like, oh, you know, we're not doing activism, we're just doing journalism, and I can understand that perspective. And some people view everything as activism. So it becomes I'm not too well equipped to speak on this either. I'll also put it that way. The culture war? I'm tired of the culture war too. I'm just tired of it, man. I'm tired of all of it. Every single game, major game that's announced nowadays, there has to be a problem with it. There has to be a problem with it. Why is there always a problem with everything? And it doesn't matter which game. We always see, sometimes we see, oh, if this game is being developed and someone that we don't like is behind it, we need to try and tell everyone that we need to ban that game. And yeah, I've seen that from all corners of the spectrum over the past couple years, and it's fucking ridiculous. Like, people just can't say, I'm not going to play this. Or how about you just don't, like, run around and tell everyone you're not going to play something. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't need to know that you're not going to play it. Oh, look how terrible this game is doing. Ha 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 ha. Like, okay. So it's doing bad. Didn't convince people, and it's probably not failing for the reasons you think it's failing, or it's probably not being successful for the reasons that people have said things of being successful. But like, I look over the past couple of years of games that have done well over the past couple of years, and like, some of them have been controversial for almost, and like, it seems like the controversy was drummed up. All right, later, Demon. Thanks for stopping by. Then when devs get mad about people not buying their games and blaming them is hilarious. Yeah, I mean, developers have to be somewhat conscious of that, and they're not. When you have the person from Ubisoft, their monetization director, come out on LinkedIn and say, like, if, like, not liking their game is hate, and saying it's a vocal minority of the people that don't like a game, which they're talking about, I think it's Assassin's Creed Shadows was the one that they were talking about. And it's kind of like, okay, if it's a vocal minority, it's a vocal minority. I think it's been put out by, like, Dave Chappelle, the best Star Wars Outlaws. Okay, that too. But like, Dave Chappelle once said, like, I don't care what Twitter says because Twitter isn't a real place. So yeah, do you have a bunch of, like, assholes on Twitter that say some pretty gross things? Yeah, of course they do. I've seen things on Twitter that are just, like, completely misinformed, and it's not a partisan issue. Like, it's certainly not. But when it comes down to it, like, if people aren't buying your games, it's not a vocal minority at that point. Like, you're losing money hand over fist. Star Wars Outlaws sold 1 million units. And it didn't fail because it's woke, or the main character wasn't, like, sexy enough, or whatever. And I'm sure some people didn't buy it for that reason. Like, whatever. Like, no one is entitled to your money. And if that's the reason they don't want to buy the game, then that's up to them. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's a good reason to not buy a game. But that's their choice. They're entitled to make that choice with their money. But at the same point, if you're making a major franchise, and Star Wars is a major brand, it's a major franchise. Ubisoft probably put a ton of money into getting that, a ton of money into marketing it, and you only sell 1 million copies, that's not a vocal minority that has an issue with the way you're doing things. There's a lot more to it than that. So, like, a lot of these developers, I understand, like, you put a lot of effort into it, you put a lot of care into it, you really want to see your art succeed, but, like, sometimes, like, you gotta grow up a little bit too. And you gotta realize, if you're making a product that no one wants to play, hey, look, that's just the environment. That's just how things are. Stiffy's gonna die. Play Outlaws with some Astrobot. See, that's the thing. Like, Concord didn't fail because it was just, like, some woke fever dream or whatever. Concord failed because, like, the marketing was trash, and, like, it was playing off a fad that kind of died, like, 2 or 3 years ago. And, like, that the character designs weren't the best, the marketing wasn't the best, it didn't have a hook that people really wanted to get behind. There's a lot of reasons Concord failed. And it wasn't because, like, Sony was, like, being extraordinarily woke, or whatever you want to call that. At that same point, like, yeah, people who have that criticism are still going to stand by that, no matter what you do. Like, oh, it failed because woke or whatever. Okay. If it released 5 years ago, it would have been okay. Yeah, I think so. I think it would have been. But it didn't release 5 years ago. It released now. But that's what kind of upsets me about the whole entire back and forth, the culture war garbage, is like you'll see some people say don't buy this game, like especially like what is it, like Harry Potter's the Hogwarts Legacy game. You had Black Myth Wukong. There was another one that like there's like this kind of big online campaign that Stellar Blade, which I think like a lot of it was manufactured. The anti play this game. Some of it was manufactured. Hogwarts wasn't that way. Like there's a lot of like journalistic outlets that said don't buy this game, and then people went out and they bought it like wildfire. So sometimes like being antagonistic can backfire, but again, like it's Twitter. Ghost of Yotoi is getting it too. Yeah, the Ghost of Yotoi shit is just it's ridiculous, man. Like, how do I put it? Like, Ghost of Tsushima was good. It was a good game. I haven't played it, but like everyone was like they really like Ghost of Tsushima, and it's being made by Sucker Punch. So even if you don't like the lead voice actor, even if you have questions about the fact that's a female protagonist, wait until the game comes out and play it, and then levy your criticisms. The game's not out yet. Like, no one has any idea about what this game is going to be like, and we're already being like, well, some people, I'm not going to say we, but some people are like, oh my god, it's going to be terrible because there's a female protagonist in it. Like, I don't think that would be the reason that would be bad. And I can understand why people might think that, they don't... I can understand why people are kind of nervous about having a female protagonist or what that might mean. I get it, but that doesn't mean the game's going to be bad. I'm not even aware of half that drama. Good, you don't want to be. It's dumb, man. And the thing is, too, is like, if you have all these people that are like, oh, it's terrible, it has a, they're bringing female protagonists for whatever. Okay, then it won't sell. And then when it doesn't sell and no one's making these games anymore, then they'll shift to something that's going to sell. It's entertaining at best and vitriol at worst. Yeah, pretty much. And that's the other thing, is like, I'm not so much in the new game market, so like the noise is just noise. Because I can always go back. I have plenty of games. For me, I protest myself and make my choices. Everyone has to decide for themselves. Still haven't played RDR2 because how Rockstar treated its employees. It was my choice. But I didn't shame others. And see, that's fine. That's good. That's how it should be every single time. Like, if you want to convince developers that what they're doing is wrong, or their actions are inappropriate, or you don't agree with the direction they go to, don't buy the game. It's really, it's that simple. Yeah, 100%. That is the healthy way to handle things. I'm more of the, I didn't play Red Dead Redemption or Red Dead Redemption 2 or anything like that just because I don't buy Rockstar games. Like, a lot of these times that I see, like, terrible, like, companies doing terrible things to their employees, or a bad report comes out, they're like, this game company is bad or whatever, and I'm just like, if there was a boycott, I couldn't exactly say anything because I never buy those games anyway. So it's like, what impact would I have? So I'm not going to tell someone, yeah, I'm boycotting this game. You can't boycott something you were never going to buy to begin with. But yeah, I mean, it all comes down to your own personal choice. If something doesn't sit well with you, if something bothers you, there should be no problem with you just saying, yep, I'm not going to buy it, and leaving it at that. I'm gonna boycott my pants. I don't buy a lot of big AAA games. My backlog's insane. I'm stuck on small... Yeah, exactly. I mean, when it's all sorted at the end of the day, though, like, the good games... Well, I won't say the good negative coverage is still coverage. The true death is silence. Yes! I think that people do buy games just to spite others. I think you're definitely seeing that nowadays in the gaming industry. Like, some games are... I would say they're successful because, again, it's like... I don't think online activity is as important as a lot of people lean into it with. I think for some games it can be. But, like, it is... I mean, I just think it is a little bit funny that some games that get a lot of negative coverage end up being the ones that are successful. Unless it goes, like, another way. But, like, some things I've seen, too, with one source of negative coverage is they'll wait until a game is shown to be unsuccessful, and then that's when the negative coverage will start piling on. So it's kind of like they're... Like, here's a game that should have been successful, but it's not. So I'll take an example like Suicide Squad. Like, Suicide Squad. That game was not successful. I think we can all admit that. It was very bad. Well, I won't say it's very bad. I don't know. I haven't played it. But, in retrospect, in terms of how it performed poorly. And when it came out, like... I think it's just because people didn't want a live service game. That was the biggest reason it didn't perform well. And I think there's just a general sense of fatigue with the superhero genre in particular, with certain exceptions, I think. And I like... Rocksteady would probably have been more successful with another Batman game. And so Suicide Squad comes out, and it doesn't do well. And then there's a bunch of grifters and opportunists that will come out and say, oh, the real reason it wasn't successful is because they worked with so-and-so consulting firm. It's like, no one even knew who that was when the game was proven to be a flop. So, like, that shit doesn't matter. Look at social media, all the negative stuff is engagement. Yes, it is. Plus, some content creators here lately have been labeled grifters. Well, some of them are grifters. If, like, every single game that you have an issue with, like... Oh, I don't like these character designs. It's terrible. Like, as soon as the announcement trailer for Ghost of Yotoi came out, you had people going online and saying how it's going to be terrible because female protagonist. Like, as soon as the game trailer is announced, like, what is wrong with you? Like, it's weird, man. Yes.
I mean, and it's also such a, like, wild assumption to make, too, with, you know, the number of fantastic female protagonists that we've had in video games over the years.
Well, I think that's the other thing, too, is, like... I don't know why or when this shift happened. Because we've always had female characters, female protagonists in video games.
Yeah.
Also, Erika Ishii is an incredible actor and voice actor. And that's the thing, and I'm not going to get into, you know, their personal politics or the way they carry themselves or the stuff they they post online. I know she is. Or, I think like the problem is, like, people want to take other people's politics and apply it to how a game is going to be done. And if you're a voice actor, and like you're not in charge of game development, you're providing a role, you're providing, you're acting. So whatever, like, they can have their own personal politics. They can post whatever they want to on social media. That's perfectly fine. But that doesn't mean they have any, like, creative control over the game, and that all of their personal beliefs are gonna just, like, trickle in. Like, people need to, like, calm down. Like, let the game release first. Play it. Or wait for reviews. And if you hear people that you trust, yeah, Stiffy died. Stiffy went flaccid. And if people you trust say they don't like it, okay. If you're nervous, concerned, and you get reviews from people that you believe are aligned with your values, and they say, hey, it's not good, okay. You don't have to buy it. It's fine. No harm, no foul.
Okay, so Lunchbox, how would you even go about doing that? Like, I want to know, because I feel like what I consider the flaws of Superman as a character also carry over into making a game about Superman. Like, how do you make a Superman game, like, interesting with a character that is basically invincible? That's what I want to know. Like, how would they even make a good Superman game? Also, I feel like the time for that, like, passed. Like, if they were gonna do that, shouldn't they have done it, like, when the Henry Cavill Superman movies were coming out?
Yeah, it's the same concern. Like, there's certain superheroes I don't think I would ever have fun playing a game as, unless they was done something, like, really creative with. And Superman's one, Captain Marvel's another one. When you have characters that are just incredibly powerful, it's like, this is kind of boring. Like, you always have to find a way to limit the character, rather than actually try to experience being them.
Right.
There's literally a new Superman movie in production right now.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't keep track. I've never been a fan of Superman. I don't think he's a great character. I know that's,
nor
like,
do I.
sacrilegious or whatever,
But I have to. I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the restroom. So,
okay.
Shane, have fun. Right back.
That's why it would be difficult. He's invincible. Yeah, exactly. Right? Like, Withered Hex, cheap viewers. No way. At least Injustice Super. Oh, damn it! No, I can't read that. Oh, there we go. At least Injustice Superman's more likable. Even a Ninja Turtle can defeat him. Hey! What do you mean, even a Ninja Turtle? I'm gonna take that personally. I mean, I guess you could just always go back to that old kryptonite chestnut, right? Just figure out some plot where kryptonite is heavily involved and weakens Superman so that he's not just a unstoppable machine. Like, I don't know. Yeah, see? There you go. Also, hi, Mike the Ref. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you'd need to use kryptonite. Alright, you've redeemed yourself, Hoagie. As I sit here with all of my Turtles paraphernalia all around my office. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. Superman's just never been that compelling to me. It's the same thing with, like, the Fantastic Four. I've just never liked them that much. I don't think they're particularly interesting. Like, and I tried reading, like, the comics and stuff, and I'm just like, eh. It might have just been a time thing. You know, like they were. Fantastic Four was before my time. You know, when they first like kind of came onto the scene. So maybe that's part of it. I don't know. I just don't find them to be particularly compelling. I've always said that I feel like Doom, like Doctor Doom, deserves a better like nemesis. Because I feel like Doom is the coolest thing about them. Two-pack of Vacation Bebop and Rocksteady NECA figures, nice. Yeah, I've been collecting all of the live-action movie NECA figures, so I've got a whole shelf. I have almost all of them. I still don't have the Spirit Shredder one because that was like a con exclusive or some shit, and it's like $400 on eBay now, which is stupid. So maybe one day. That's like my NECA holy grail. But yeah. What is this? Oh, we got a good howdy in the chat even. All right. We have a clock to. Oh, okay. We got the one from the Discord. Nice. I like it.
I am back.
Almost sure that's Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. Wait, what?
The retro, got the retro-tastic update of the day from Maskey.
Yes.
Yeah,
Shredder's
that's
Revenge type Superman game would be fun. So like just like a side-scrolling beat 'em up. I mean, yeah.
got the movie poster framed in my room.
Nice. I actually, I found it at a flea market, but I found one of the old promotional posters for the Ninja Turtles VHS tapes that you used to be able to get at Burger King. So I have that framed in my office too. It's pretty cool.
You know, Death of Superman for the Super Nintendo is actually a pretty good game. Have you ever played that, Shane?
No, actually I haven't.
It's not bad. You like get to select your character. There's like Superboy, the robot one. There's like 3 different Supermen or 4, and you could select them before going into the stage. It's pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
So I'm finding out that apparently Hoagie Man is a fellow Turtles fanatic. I did not know this.
Superman podcast. I don't know. I would have never guessed.
What? Like how? Nice. See, this is why I like you people. You have good taste.
This is how we're cultivating our community, Shane. It's through Turtles fans.
I'm okay with this. Hell yeah. See, Matt knows what's up. Raphael is also my favorite. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, the new movie was great. I loved it. I was happy to get a good Turtles movie, especially if those Michael Bay disasters.
I didn't think the first Michael Bay movie was that bad.
Meh. I hated the character designs.
Donatello was always my favorite. I guess today my favorite's Leonardo. I don't know why. When I was a kid, it was Michelangelo.
I was about to say most recent, but I don't think I've actually seen the most recent. But the second most recent Turtles animated show was also really great. I don't know about the new one. I haven't actually seen any of it. Again, the character designs kind of threw me. I don't know how I feel about it. But to be fair, I guess I haven't given it a chance. So.
CGI one was great.
The movie? Yeah, you mean, was that the one that was just called TMNT?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was good too, yeah.
Rocksteady in 2 different movies. Well, in the original, in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Shredder, when he became Super Shredder, was Kevin Nash. Was it John? Did John Cena do one of them? Yes, I'm using a map. I do not feel shame. Monsters strike first.
Yeah, I just looked it up. Yeah, Cena is yeah, he was a voice on Rise of the Ninja Turtles, the newest show.
A wild Mike the Ref has appeared. What's going on, Mike? Good to have you here. Speaking of wrestling, Mike the Ref has a fantastic Twitch channel. Mike does a lot more than just do watch-alongs with AEW, but I'll say this, like, in terms of Twitch, in terms of watching people stream, personally, Mike is like the only person that I watch. And I just watch wrestling while he commentates. So if you want to hang out on Wednesday nights with me over at Mike the Ref's Twitch channel, like, come on and hang out. I'm trying to get better with watching everyone on Twitch, especially since, like, you guys watch me on Twitch. So I got to get better about that.
Oh, apparently John Cena was. Yeah, okay, he was the voice of Rocksteady in the movie. Movie.
So
also, apparently, Mr. Beast did a voice for like a random Times Square guy in the new movie. So it's a fact I didn't need to know.
Oh, I didn't shout out your podcast, Savagery. Go check out Retro Ritas. You guys are filthy liars. By the way, Ritas is with a Y. Well, you can call me a filthy liar, but I'll say, you know, what my favorite part about your channel right now is watching you do the My GM mode for WWE 2K24. Beefy Final Fantasy VIII episode coming up. Oh, everyone's favorite Final Fantasy. Beefy. Final Fantasy VIII. It is with my guest, and I like it too. I will not hate on anyone for games that they like. My feelings are more mixed on Final Fantasy VIII now than they were probably a few years ago. Like, I'm still not going to say I like it, but I respect it. You hate on Shane all the time, though. Yeah, because it's fun.
I'm glad somebody else said it. That's right. You're gonna hear more about that pretty soon.
I think. I don't know. I have to. I'm gonna retry the game.
We may very well get one of the most divisive episodes we've done. I feel it.
Yeah. Tomorrow you continue your playthrough of Final Fantasy IV, but you gotta head to bed. Alright, man, have a good night. Take care. You know what's sad about this game? Is that I thought I was going to like it. I really wanted to like it. And I just can't. I hate it. Like, I can't stand it.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about it because I really want to know why you dislike it so much.
Look, man, I think it's just because I don't like first-person shooters. I think that's what it really comes down to. I do not like first-person shooters.
I don't know. Are we being cagey about this on purpose, or?
I know a little bit. Yeah. That's what it is. System Shock 2. Like, I don't know. Like, I heard so many good things about the game, and I liked BioShock, man. I'll say what we're gonna say because that is gonna be an episode. But I'll just say it like, and I want to play it again. And start over because I think I would like it more once I start over. But boy, man. I was like, I like BioShock. I'm going to have a great time with this game. And then I played it for like my first hour and I'm like, I am miserable. I hate, like, after you choose your class and everything, like choosing your class, like, oh, this is cool. This is so awesome. I can't wait. This is so much fun. And then like, after I got to the actual game, I'm like, ugh, I don't want to play this anymore. Can't wait to share my thoughts on 6. The Pixel Remaster cart was such a good purchase. Yeah, I'm interested in it too because it seemed like you were having some difficulty issues. Not skill issues, difficulty issues. Be very clear there. The thing is, like, our guest for the System Shock 2 episode is a huge fan of that game. So I'm gonna get destroyed. It's fine.
Yeah, man. 4 is a solid one. So I think 4 and 6 are probably my favorites.
Yeah, really look forward to one day talking about 4. It'll happen. It's an inevitability, as long as the show keeps going. What is it now? We've done 1, 5, 6, 7, 9,
11. Or not 11.
13.
13. Yeah.
So we've done more than half of them. My favorite is 9 or 7, depending on the day. A lot of people like 9 a lot. I don't know. I find 9 to be the church wafers of Final Fantasy.
It's an interesting way to put it. It's very bland.
Yes. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Probably.
I mean, you know, we had our thoughts about it on the episode that we did about it a while back. It is the ultimate refinement of a formula.
Yes.
It's a bad thing.
No. Final Fantasy IX, also the first Final Fantasy game I imported and played before it came out in the United States. The only Final Fantasy game I imported and played before it came out in the United States. Six might be the second one. Yeah. One of the first you listened to when you first started. That makes me.
And you stuck around.
And stuck
That's
around.
Impressive. It's impressive. He's like, I stayed out of spite because I wanted to argue this point.
I personally do think it's better than Crazy Taxi, though.
I don't know, man.
I think all those down there are unlocked with the Mystic Key. Fucking. I get mad every day about that. Oh, man. Want to kick Keith into the sun. Keith? Why Keith? What did Keith do?
I don't know, but I'll allow it.
He wasn't even there.
I don't know. I feel like he deserves it.
He does. Yeah, we should just kick him anyway. King of Games never lacking in its controversial opinions. I'm replaying Dragon Quest V right now, and I'm almost feeling like the more I play it, the more happy I made the choices I did in that tournament. I really think it's that good. I mean, I wouldn't know. It's not like you've been in COG. We'll have to go back to Dragon Quest later. Oh, only 2. Sweet. I hate Mind Flayers. The series has been surprising me with how much I underestimated it without playing for decades. Why am I not jumping? This is a problem. I need to correct this. It's because I'm playing lazily. Yeah, like I think the Dragon Quest series is fantastic, but at the same point, you know exactly what you're going to get. So if you don't like it, like, you're not going to like it. That's fine. Yeah. What are these other treasures? Do I need them? Because I'm running out of space. I can use the gold. No, I don't need the gold, because I'm going to come back here once I get the Mystic Key anyway. I think that's also the case, going back to your Dragon Quest point, Game Over Hell, is that I really feel like a lot of the people who don't care about it just haven't played it. Because there's a lot of people like, oh, I love JRPGs, I love JRPGs. And they're like, well, what about Dragon Quest? And they're like, oh, I never played it, I don't like it. It's too traditional, it's too old, like... All right. I did hear that. Like, in 92, we had Cade, King of Games 92, when Dragon Quest V, like, made its, like, incredible run to the finals. There was someone on our panel, which was Cade. I'll just say it was Cade. And I love Cade. But he was just anti-Dragon Quest V all the way. I can't remember why specifically. But he was just like, he wanted nothing to do with Dragon Quest V. Just like some sort of weird animus towards it. It's like, alright. It's like, have you played any of them? He's like, I played the first one. It's like, okay. But you said you love JRPGs. It's like, yeah, Suikoden. The Suikoden series is his favorite game of all time. Favorite PS1 game, at least, for Suikoden 2. They look similar, but... Or played one. They took a quick glance at the other games ago. They're all the same. They look similar, but so far, between 1 and 5, the experience is not the same. No, they're not at all. And I actually think, like, once the series got a penchant for being, like, the standard bearer of tradition, they became more and more similar. But even... And I think there's some truth to that. Dragon Quest V deserved to win that. Oh, you think Dragon Quest V should have won 92 overall? Interesting. Dragon Quest V, yeah, I mean, it's really good. But like 6, if I look at the series, like 6 and 7 were not received well, and I loved. Oh, the last two, yes, should have been Dragon Quest V. Oh wow. But 6, I didn't like 6. I really like 7, but I don't think either of them are really considered to be good games, and they more are leaning into being more traditional experiences. And 8 really leaned heavy into that too, but 8's loved. 8 is beloved. And 9 was, like, very traditional in most senses. The non-traditional part was how you could essentially play with other players online, or and however it was, like you're like a little field of wireless communications. You can import party members and stuff like that, which is a cool idea. And then like no one played 10 because it was online for the Wii and Wii U, and it never came out anywhere outside Japan, and Japan didn't really grasp to it. Then a lot of people liked 11. From what I have played from 11, it was another one of those games that just kind of leaned into its tradition. But a lot of people loved it. So I could see why people think that they're mostly similar, just because I think, like, after we had 4, in the United States, we didn't get another one at all until 7. Like, remakes... Well, I think we had some Game Boy Color games, but it was just those games, too. But, like, 7 is just... It's monotonous. It is tedious, and it's a lot of very basic, simple stuff. So I think that's why it kind of gets the reputation it does, because I don't know. It might be it. It might be it. Street Fighter 2 is very good, but if it was great, they wouldn't have needed to re-release it twice in a few years. Well, I mean, thank goodness for DLC then. I'm kidding. Can't wait until I eat the bat. Yeah, Mortal Kombat did the same thing. I never liked Mortal Kombat 3, though. There are people out there that really like Mortal Kombat 3, and I don't know why. I think the worst part about that gaming era, and I can kind of understand it, because people didn't have a Neo Geo at home. Like, why would you? But, like, if you go back and if you're into fighting games, Yeah, exactly. Exactly, game over hell. But if you go back and you play, if you're into fighting games and you want to go back, you want to play classic fighting games, like the King of Fighters 90, like starting with 96 is like straight fire. Those games are incredible. They're way better than what Street, I won't say way better, but they are better. I think like the King of Fighters like 99 is better than, like, in a technical way, like just a way to, like, once you get the controls down, once you know what the supers are, once you know how it works, it's just a better experience than any of the Alpha games. And that's like, Alpha 2 is my favorite Street Fighter of all time, and I think that in a very technical way, it is not better than the King of Fighters 98 or 99. They're just, they're like stupid good. I actually think the cabin saved it. Should go back and get stupid ass like silver equipment. I think that'd be a waste of time. Yeah, let's go kill Astos. I'm not super into fighting games, so even less into 3D ones. Yeah, well, there's a reason that 3D fight. I think there's a reason 3D fighters aren't really around anymore. With the exception of being Tekken. Like Tekken 8 came out. The 2D fighters have kind of lived on, which is why you have, like, Guilty Gear. That series is just continue on. Dead or Alive isn't really around either. Dead or Alive is alive, is it? When's the last time they released a Dead or Alive game? Mortal Kombat Trilogy on the Sega Genesis is fire. What was the one for the Mortal Kombat Trilogy on the Saturn is pretty good. Yeah, they don't release them as often as Tekken, but they're around. Huh. I'm surprised Bamco is still making them. Koei Tecmo? Why do I think they're Bamco? And it's also because, yeah, Tecmo, yeah, 6 was solid. When did 6 come out? Because Bamco is fun to say. Yes, it is. I like how it plays his happy music when he says, "Ha ha ha, I'm going to kill you!" Love it. Okay. What skills does he have? Like it. Like it. Jump. Alright. Later, Matt. Have a great night. Take care. And everyone go check out the quote, fun, unquote, and games podcast, as well as Reignite. See you soon. Take care. Game happy to see Astos. Oh, go fuck yourself. Right, as soon as we head back, I'm going to call it a night as well. I'm still tired. I have a big day tomorrow. Get to take my Series 63. Which means after that, I'm only going to be 2 tests away from being a fully licensed whatever the fuck I'm going to be. Fiduciary. I am just dead. Yeah, I get confused. All right. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. I just wasted 250 gil. Son of a bitch. Alright, first things first, before I call this a game, call this a day. Just want a stupid game. I don't want to deal with these. These are wasting my fucking time. Okay, thank you, Stiffy. Let's go get the Mystic Key. I'll take care of that later. Oh, right. You have to go back to Matoya. So I have 5 minutes. I'll take care of that. We'll call it a night. need the herb. I need the herb, Matoya. How do you miss a jump? You suck, dude. Got that powerful herb. Hell yeah. Sometimes I wish I could write really short reviews so I could play more games. Oh man, I had that feeling with the RFRs. When I would go off for like 20 minutes in them. They stopped being rapid and they started becoming rambling freely reviews, but I can't even imagine with video. Even Io Saturnalia, it starts to get long. The longer videos seem to do better is the problem. Yeah. It's so weird, like the things that people don't want to do always do better. Oh, wake him up. Get that strong herb, bro. Yeah. Right, gonna go save at the end so I can save the game. And then next time I play, we'll sell all our shit and open up doors with the Mystic Key. Hold reset while you press power off. Alright, there's that. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. We had like 16 people in here at one point. That's incredible. Then we started having our culture war discussion, which was good. Hold reset or a mole will yell at you. Yeah. But thank you, everyone, for stopping by. I had a great time tonight. I'm more awake now than what I was at the beginning of the stream. Go figure. Best of luck tomorrow, sir. Thank you very much. Take my series 63. Tomorrow I need to get more than 72. I am quite confident in myself. Still a little nervous, but thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mike. I know I'm going to see Mike on Wednesday. So head on over. Well, hopefully, if we're not getting battered by a fucking tropical storm. But hope to see you all there as well. And Mike the Ref's Twitch channel. All friends of the show that showed up here tonight. It's actually Tuesday this week. Oh, okay, so I might get to watch it. I didn't know that. So we're not going to get battered. Title Tuesday, yes. Oh, we're still having the WW2K24. Talk later. Anyway, Game Over Hell. Go check Game Over Hell on YouTube. As Game Over Hell is talking about, they have reviews of games. Go check out the channel. We had Savage stop by with the Retro Writers podcast. Think who else stopped by tonight? Nomad stopped by. Go check out Nomad. Matt, aka DJ Stormageddon, stopped by, and they have the Fun and Games podcast and Reignite. Go check that out. And if I miss anybody, sorry. It's been a long night. I was very tired at the beginning, so if I'm not shouting you out at this point, I apologize. But I wish everyone has a great night tonight. And we should have our results for our high score challenge. Keaton, what is it going to be? If you want to know, head over to our Discord. That gets to the shill portion, which is, go check it out, Linktree, linktr.ee/retrohangovers, where you can get all the links. We are primarily a podcast. There's our show, right down there. Get the name, yep, boom. We talk about our wildest fan theories today. Go check that out. I'd like to say go check that out a lot. But yeah, there's our stuff. We got merch, and if you're watching this on the YouTubes, you could have watched this live at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday nights when we do our Sunday streams. And Ikaruga won. There it is. And yeah, I don't know if I'm missing anything. Shane, are we missing anything?
Oh, I don't know. I think you covered just about all of it.
Pretty sure. Yay.
I mean, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
All right, cool. Pain and Suffering Ruga. Yes, it is.
Woo.
It's a very difficult game. All right, so everyone have a great night or day or however you're watching this, and we will see you later. So until next time, play with your color switching joysticks because of